Lone Rider here. And as a cyclist, I just thought it was worthwhile to mention something. And so I was perusing the internet a while ago, and I came across something that struck my fancy as a cyclist here in the central New Jersey area, and that was something called Team26. Now, this is a group of local riders and not so local riders. A lot of them, I think, came from Connecticut. And the general gist was they were riding to D.C. to lobby for gun control, essentially. And as a cyclist, I like to see people on bikes. I like to see people getting out there, taking their spot on the road, and I think that's a wonderful thing. But also as a cyclist, I kind of have learned to think for myself in a country where cycling isn't generally considered a, tremendously popular activity. Part of thinking for yourself is not going along with political orthodoxies just because they're political orthodoxies. Part of thinking for yourself is, when everybody and their brother is bullying and denouncing a guy over there because of what one person over there did, not going along with that and not adding your voice to the denouncement and the bullying and all that stuff. So, if the rest of the country, including these fellow cyclists, want to, go off on a tear and say we need to ban this, that, and the next thing, and basically use this tragedy as a sounding point for gun control, they're free to do that. But I'm also free to say I don't approve. I'm also free to say just because somebody's angry doesn't mean we should sacrifice somebody else's rights. Just because one person was the victim of a tragedy doesn't mean that we should victimize other people with unjust or unfair or otherwise questionable policy. That policy should be based on facts, not myths, misperceptions, or political orthodoxies. Back to that. And so I think that, what's my thoughts on this Team 26? I give them props for getting out there and riding their bikes. On the other hand, even fellow cyclists can be wrong. And as a cyclist, I can tell you, you sometimes face political and other criticism. You get people, who want you off the road, don't want you riding in the woods, whatever it is, whether you're a roadie, a commuter, an urban rider, a mountain bike rider, you're going to encounter a lot of that. And so as these riders go on a tear about gun control, as much of the other country is right now, imagine if somebody said that they wanted to outlaw these cyclist bikes as much as they're saying they want to outlaw somebody's, AR-15 or whatever it is. They'd be a mite pissed about that, don't you think? Yeah. So, when these issues come up, I always try to look at it in terms of not what's the political whim of the moment, who's shouting the loudest, who feels the most. I try to look at it in terms of, well, who do I think is right and whose policy do I think would be fairest? And in this case, I think Team 26 is wrong. Lone Rider, out.